Hello and welcome to the Colorado Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us this evening. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your cameras and microphones are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. So don't worry about what you look like. You can just get comfortable and listen to these wonderful 6 presentations coming up over the next 45 minutes. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for additional ones at the same website you signed up for this one. And this presentation is being recorded. Will be available within about a week at the same website where you registered for this one. Want to remind you of the order of the presenters tonight. We are in session F6, which you can see the little fake laser pointer there circling around the schools, and that'll be the order in which they present. So I've got the housekeeping stuff out of the way now. Actually, one more thing. When you type a question in the Q&A, make sure if it's specific to a school that you put the school's name in the question so they know that the question's for them and can answer. Okay, that's all the housekeeping stuff. I will now get out of the way and turn it over to the representative from Azusa Pacific University.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Well, hello, everyone. Thanks for joining. My name is Luke Irving. I am a admissions counselor here at APU. I've been working here for about 3 years now, and I'm from right around here. I did go to APU and graduated in 2017. So for those of you who have never heard of Azusa Pacific, we are a Christian university located about 40 minutes east of Los Angeles. We're on the larger side, so our university as a whole does have, really quickly, I forgot I had this great little map. If you're unfamiliar with the area, here's Los Angeles down here. Let me get a pointer here, or not. Okay, well, we tried. So that's where we're located, near LA. So we are a mid-sized university. It's a 4-year liberal arts private Christian university. So at APU, we have 71 different bachelor's degrees, 49 master's, and 8 doctoral programs. We also have 8 different regional campuses. Most of those are going to be for our master's and doctoral programs. And then at APU, we have about 10,500 students altogether. That's pretty much almost exactly split between grad and undergrad. So our undergrad is right around 5,400. And so it's a mid-sized university. So when you go to a football game or you go to a basketball game, you do get that big school feel, that excitement. And for me, that was huge, getting to be part of kind of a big auditorium. However, our average class size is 15 students, and we have an 11-to-1 student to professor ratio, which is huge at APU. So getting that big school size, big school resources, however, also having that personal connection with professors. I've actually been to most of my professors' houses for dinner. So you do really get that one-on-one connection with professors and also get to be part of that bigger school. So these are our 4 cornerstones here at APU: Christ, scholarship, service, and community. All 4 of these things are gonna kind of work their way into you as a student really quickly. But Christ, we are a Christian school. It is not required for students to be Christians to attend APU. However, our motto is God first, and we're gonna teach from a Christian perspective on campus, but everyone is welcome on campus. Scholarship, again, we have over 70 majors. What we're most known for is our nursing school in the top 10 in the nation. Both our theater and our film programs are also in the top 10 in the nation. But we have, again, over 70 majors, so lots of different options. I myself was a communication major. And the biggest thing you're going to find is internships. We really push internships ideally within your first or second year. So I had 3 different internships, and I have friends that got to work for Adidas and Google and Nike and JPL, NASA, Disney, big companies like that. We want to get you a resume before you graduate, not just that degree. Here's a look at our campus. Again, one of I'll jump back. Service, huge at APU for us. We want to make sure that we're learning what it is to serve those around us. So you're going to do that through lots of different ways. That looks like service projects on campus as well as off campus in the local area. And then we travel all around the world. So we have 7 different study abroad campuses where whatever you pay for a semester, same price to do that abroad. I got to go to South Africa. I took Zulu for my semester there. Now I can greet someone in Zulu, which is that is a greeting. Crazy. Super fun to learn that. So also got to go different countries, got to go to the Himalayas and backpack through for a month, all around this service ideal. And the reason we have those big companies, Google and Apple, that come, they come every year because they say your students know what it means to serve. And that for me was so big to understand that service is a huge piece of what employers are looking for. Finally, that community cornerstone, here's a picture of just what our campus looks like. This is our community. Always kind of a lot going on campus. When you walk around, you'll definitely feel it. 75% of freshmen live on campus. So for you students, from Colorado, looking at a school out of state, it's not a school that will die on the weekends. There's always a lot going on, always a lot to be done. We have 4 dances a year. We do intramurals. We do tons of outdoor adventure. So always a lot going on community. So I'm going to quickly run into these requirements. Currently, if you guys send me an email, we don't have an application fee. So please just shoot me an email and I'll be following up with you guys as well. But we will waive that application fee. We need your official transcripts. And then if you are juniors or below, we do usually require an SAT or ACT. However, this year we are waiving that requirement just because of the craziness with COVID. We are not requiring an SAT or ACT score. You can apply without it. Our minimum GPA is a 3.0, and we usually look for a 990 or a 19. And then finally, just wanted to quickly talk about our 100% model. So 100% of our students receive financial aid of some kind. Every single student, those range from $10,000 to $21,000. Everyone will get it. And so we'll work with you on what those scholarships look like. So again, that's a little look at APU. Here is my contact information. Again, I'll be reaching out to you guys after this session, but happy, great to talk to you guys. If you do have questions, please reach out. I'm really excited as you guys are going through this journey to make sure you're really pursuing what school makes the most sense for you. There's so many great colleges, so please attend more sessions after this. Talk to people, talk to your friends and family. I look forward to hearing from you guys.
Luke, thank you very much. And want to remind everyone who is attending this session that you can ask questions at any time using the Q&A button. Again, if it's specific for a particular school, make sure you put the school's name within your question so they know to answer it. Up next, Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
Hello, thanks everyone for coming tonight. My name is Leanne Schmitz and I am the Regional Admissions Manager for Cal Poly. And what that means is that I live right here in Colorado with you. So yay for us, we're so fortunate, aren't we? I want to start off tonight with just a really short video that I hope gives you a snapshot look at what life at Cal Poly could be like for you.
How you start each new day says a lot about you. At Cal Poly, we begin as we always have, by putting knowledge into action. We call it learn by doing. And for more than a century, we've made this idea the center of everything we do. We believe that experience is part of the curriculum. We don't see any difference between education and the real world. We know that it's the best way to learn and keep learning for the rest of our lives. So when we begin our day, we dive right in, head first and hands on, because we're not satisfied to sit on the sidelines of our own education, and we know that if we want to make an impact on our world tomorrow, we have to put in the work today. If at first we don't succeed, we rework, rearrange, reimagine, redesign, rethink, rebuild, and refuse to give up. Because our state, our nation, and our world need us to be ready from day one, to take what we learn by doing and use it to help build a brighter future. How you start each day says a lot about you. How you spend your day says even more about how you'll start your career and how you'll live your life. Because it's one thing to be ready one day, and it's quite another to be ready day one.
I love this video because I think it gives you such a great representation of some of the different activities that our students participate in with our philosophy of learn by doing. Whether you are an animal science student working in the foaling barn, a mechanical engineering student building a race car and competing in national competitions, our architecture students putting together a plan to rebuild Paradise, California that was destroyed in the wildfires a couple of years ago. But every single one of our 64 majors incorporates that ethos of learn by doing into its discipline and its curriculum. And our goal in that is so that students aren't just learning their discipline in a bubble, but that you're getting your hands dirty and that you're really taking the knowledge that you've learned in the classroom and using it in real world settings. And it might be classroom projects, or maybe it will be an internship, or maybe it's doing research on your own or with a faculty member. But we provide a really engaged learning environment at Cal Poly. And I joke with students and tell you, like, we're pushing you out the door as soon as you get onto campus, basically. And in addition to our 64 majors, we do offer 90 minors, and we definitely encourage students to cross study and to do things in different colleges. Now, one of the things you'll notice about Cal Poly is we're a little bit different in our application process. We do ask you to apply specifically to a major when you apply to the institution. We ask you to do that because we offer what we call an upside down curriculum. Unlike some institutions where you might come in and do like 2 years of general education courses and then your major specific courses, at Cal Poly, you're going to start taking those major courses right away. So you'll do those in conjunction with your general education courses and have 4 full years of your major specific courses under your belt by the time you graduate. And where is all this going to happen? We are located in San Luis Obispo. We are on the beautiful central coast of California. San Luis Obispo, or SLO as the locals call it, is very much a college town, about 50,000 people. The university is just over 21,000, so we're nearly half the population of the community. You've got beautiful mountains that you can see behind me that are adjacent to campus. And then you've got the added bonus of only being about 10 minutes away from at least 5 different beaches. And just a little side note, San Luis Obispo a few years ago was named the happiest city in America. So you can't go wrong with that. Students from Colorado really enjoy that outdoor lifestyle combined with the strong academics that we offer. And the US News and World Report did recently name us for 28 years in a row, the best in the West of public master's level universities. Now, there's a few things that we're looking for specifically with the application to Cal Poly. On the right side of the screen here, you'll see the coursework that you take in high school is really, really important for the California state system. And you're going to run into the terminology of A through G requirements. And I encourage you to follow up with me later to ask any questions that you might have about that. The grades that you're going to be taking in those classes is also very important. This year, in 2021, the entire California State University system is test blind, so we are not accepting ACT or SAT test scores this year. We may in 2022, we haven't made that determination yet. We'll announce that information as soon as it's available to us. And then we're going to be asking about your extracurricular activities and your work experience. And for students that are applying for fall 2021, the application opens tomorrow and it's open until December 4th. And so there's plenty of time for you to work your way through that system and make sure that you have a good solid application. I encourage you to take advantage of as many of our virtual experiences as we've been able to provide for you. You can watch an on-demand video, a campus tour that our Poly reps put together, which is awesome. You can also participate in 3 days a week. There's afternoon information sessions by students. And then each of the colleges will offer information sessions as well. So do try to take advantage of those experiences so that you can get a good taste of what life at Cal Poly is. And I'll just throw my information up here, but I'd be more than happy to speak with you. Feel free to put anything in the Q&A, and thanks again for coming. We really appreciate your time.
Leanne, thank you so much. Again, as she mentioned, use the Q&A for questions, not just for Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, but for all of the representatives tonight. We'll continue now with our next school, and we'll hear from California Lutheran University.
Hi everyone, my name is Wes Sullivan. I'm the Associate Director of Undergraduate Admission at Cal Lutheran, and I'm so excited that you're here to join me today. A little bit about myself. I grew up in Colorado in the Boulder area and moved out to Cal Lutheran for my undergrad experience. Loved it so much that I still work there today. And let me tell you, let's see, bring up a little bit about the academics on our campus. We have just over 3,000 undergraduate students, an average class size of 17. And you'll notice that about a third of our students identify as first-generation college students, and just over half come from underrepresented backgrounds. Very common question about our campus: do I have to be Lutheran to attend? The answer to that is no. You can see we have students from 39 different faith traditions that attend. We obviously do have a lot of great Lutheran worship opportunities on our campus. We also have Catholic seminarians and a Jewish rabbi as well. So a lot of opportunities to engage. And we're located, again, in Thousand Oaks, which is halfway between LA and Santa Barbara, and about 25 minutes to the beach in Malibu. On the academic side, we have 41 different majors. You can see some of our most popular majors on the screen. We did recently just add a new program, a new major in sports management, as well as a program in ethnic and race studies. And we just added a film program last year that's been very, very popular. None of those programs are impacted. So what that means is that you'll be able to get all the classes that you need. And we do guarantee that with our 4 to Finish program. So if in our program at Cal Lutheran, with a single major, we'll guarantee that you'll graduate in 4 years or sooner. And if you don't, we'll pay for any remaining classes to graduate. We also do offer the traditional 4+1 programs as well. We have a ton of academic support, and that can come in a variety of different ways, primarily through your faculty advisor. That will be a professor from your major that's assigned to work with you through your course sequences. But we also have support services, accommodation services, as well as our student success coaches that will work with you as a second pair of eyes just to make sure you're on track. And finally, we do have a writing center and a math center to help students with those skills. So they have drop-in tutoring. They can do different support with you to make sure to help you in any way that they can. Experiential learning is a very big part of your experience at Cal Lutheran. That can be done in numerous ways, but some of the most popular are our study abroad programs. We offer programs in 80 different countries, and you're welcome to do programs from all different providers. We don't require you to do the 10 programs that are Cal Lutheran specific. We also had over 500 students participate in internships last year for credit. Most of those are paid, so a lot of chance to get experience in your field as well as getting some income. And then we offer undergraduate research opportunities for every major. So every student at Cal Lutheran has the opportunity to do that and submit a creative work of their own. We do also offer some summer paid research fellowships that students can do, so you can actually live on campus and get paid to do that research with faculty. The Hub is the center of our student life experience. It's a website that lists over 800 events that happen each year that are put on by our students, for students. Almost all of our events are free. We have intramural sports, all sorts of different programs. One of the most popular events we have on campus is called Let It Snow. Since we're in Southern California and not in an area with a lot of snow, we bring several tons of snow to campus and have a big snowball fight and sledding in December each year. Our residence halls, I think, are something that really truly stand apart from some other schools in Southern California. We have 15 of them. They're all set up suite style, so you'll have bedrooms with private bathrooms. We do guarantee housing for all of our full-time undergraduate students for all 4 years, so you're welcome to stay on campus the entire time you're a student. And for students from Colorado, we would require any student out of area to live on campus for 3 years, but they all have Wi-Fi, air conditioning, laundry is included in that cost. And a lot of great dining opportunities are available on our campus as well. We do have very state-of-the-art facilities on our campus as well. We've been very fortunate the last 15 years or so. We've been able to open a brand new building almost every single year. Most recently this year is no exception. Our Swenson Science Center just opened. It's a beautiful 3-floor facility that's connected to our existing science building, dramatically expanding our laboratory space and really bringing science and making it more accessible and visible to members of our campus community. We are a Division III, NCAA Division III school with 22 different athletic teams. About 20% of our student body participate in Division III athletics. And you can see on the screen the different teams that we offer. Our teams have been pretty successful. Most recently, the men's baseball team won the national championship. Our application, we are a Common App school, so that's how you'll apply to us. In addition to the application itself, we would require 2 additional things, your official transcripts, as well as at least 1 letter of rec. We are test optional starting this year and going forward. So if you'd like to submit testing, great. If not, that's no problem at all. We'll review on the other information that we do have. We have 2 application deadlines to keep in mind. November 1st is our early action deadline. January 1st is our regular decision deadline. Primary difference between the two, obviously, is when you would be notified of that admission decision. But also, we do have a full tuition scholarship program called the Presidential Scholarships that do require you apply early action to be considered. And on that topic of scholarships, we have 97% of our students receive some form of financial assistance. Our average financial aid award is just over $37,000. And we have a lot of different ways you can earn that through our merit-based scholarships in our application process, the presidential scholarships, which are those full tuition, and the public price promise, which is a program where if you apply to one of 6 UC schools, I'm happy to tell you more about that, you can actually attend Cal Lutheran for the same cost as a state public institution. So a lot of great opportunities. That's all the information I have for you. If you have questions, please feel free to give us a call or shoot us an email, and we're happy to connect with you. And I'll be in touch over email and in the Q&A with anything else. Thank you so much.
Wes, thank you very much. Again, Wes mentioned the Q&A. I will also mention it again. Use that if you have a question for any of our presenters tonight. And our next school to present will be Chapman University.
All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Armin Sarkissian. I'm the Director of First Year Admission at Chapman University. I've been with the Office of Admission for 14 years. Prior to that, I was a student at Chapman. Loved my time there so much that I never left. But prior to that, I actually grew up in Colorado. So it's always nice to connect with students and families and counselors from Colorado, and happy to work with you through this college search and application process. So to dive into what Chapman is, we are a comprehensive mid-sized private liberal arts and pre-professional university located in the heart of Orange County, California, in the town of Orange. That's a mouthful. Let's dive into that. So the town of Orange is where we call home. We were founded in 1861. We are actually the 3rd largest private university in the state of California. The mid-size that you'll see is just under 8,000 undergrads. We love this size. When I was a student there, we were quite a bit smaller, but we've grown quite a bit. And in that growth has seen a lot of diversity, especially from a geographic standpoint, with students coming from over 83 countries around the world. Most of the US states are represented on our campus, and certainly you'll be joining a microcosm of the world when you step onto our campus, leaving you with a global network by the time you do graduate. While we are mid-sized, we do focus on a very personalized education. We are, average class size is about 24 students. So you won't get lost in the mix, and you'll have an opportunity to really get around. To dive into a little bit about Orange County, we are just off the beach. We span 42 miles of beautiful coastline from Seal Beach to San Clemente. We are 10 minutes to Disneyland, Angel Stadium, the Honda Center. You can ski and surf in the same day. Coming from Colorado, for me, I loved the active lifestyle that most people live here in Southern California, especially in Orange County. But the most important part of our location is the power of it in terms of what's next after college. You'll see that there's 80,000 businesses across all of Orange County, not even touching Los Angeles. These are major Fortune 500 companies. They know Chapman well. We have great strategic partnerships with them. And 87% of our students, by the time they graduate, within 6 months, they are either placed in a full-time job or moving on to graduate work. Now, when you decide to join Chapman, there are 4 main pillars that we're going to focus on. The first one being intellectual. This goes back to the average class size. It goes into the liberal arts, into the pre-professional. We are a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society. That puts us in the top 10% of liberal arts institutions. We are also an R2 research institution that puts us in the top 10% of research institutions. So for undergrads that are seeking to roll their sleeves up and get their hands dirty, you will have that chance on our campus. We do about $20 million in research every single year. We also have nearly 120 academic programs between the majors and minors that we offer. So there's a lot to explore and really dive in with the liberal arts experience. The next pillar is our social pillar. You'll see this manifest in many different ways for all of our students. Very common to join Greek life, but we don't drive social life through Greek life. There are almost 200 clubs and organizations that will really suit you and your interests. You get to lean in where you're interested. You can maybe explore things that you haven't been exposed to before and really develop your own social scene on campus however you see fit. You'll also see the next pillar being our physical pillar. Sometimes it's really traditional for it to manifest itself in an athletics situation with our sports teams. We're Division III with athletics, much like Cal Lutheran. Our men's baseball team is awesome. We're actually technically the 2-year reigning champ as we won the most recent World Series in 2019. Wes, love you, but we got you this time. When you look at the different options when it comes to athletics, there's a lot of sports, great intramurals, great clubs. You can really decide how you want to pursue your physical pillar on campus. We also have great classes that are yoga and weightlifting, and we have a beautiful Olympic-sized pool. There's a lot of ways to engage from an athletic or physical standpoint. And then our last pillar is our spiritual pillar. We have 19 different clubs and organizations on our campus that are faith-based. We are not going to require students to attend services or to take courses in religion, but they are offered. So it's up to you. It's kind of a spiritual buffet, if you will. You get to kind of pick and choose what you're really, what your appetite is saying. And if you want to explore, go ahead. If not, if it's not for you, you'll be fine here at Chapman. Moving on to just admission real quick. Timelines are simple. Take a quick screenshot. We have two main deadlines, November 1st of early action and early decision. We responded to students in mid-December. January 15th is our regular decision deadline, and we respond to those students in mid-March. Along with that, it's important to know the required documents. We're Common App. We do have member page questions for students that are in talent areas, anything in our film school, which is Dodge College, our College of Performing Arts, housing art, dance, music, theater. They will also have creative supplement requirements. We want you to request transcripts, letters of rec, and a school report form to be sent. And lastly, we are test optional. We decided to do that before COVID hit, and we will remain test optional for years to come. Lastly, the deadlines, just to highlight it one more, if I have any students that are interested in any of our talent areas, it's really a big priority to get in by that November 1 deadline. If you have questions, please let me know. Here's lastly a slide with my contact info. I'm really here to help. I know that this process can be riddled with anxiety for students. I was one of them long ago, but I really encourage you to ask questions of us tonight, to follow up with us later on. As a fellow Coloradan, I'm always excited to work with you, students, family, counselors. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope to see any of you and all of you down the line. Thank you again.
Armin, thank you. And want to again remind everyone, you can ask questions through the Q&A button. Lots of you have taken advantage of that. Just make sure you mention the school you're asking the question of if it is specific to one school. Up next, a representative from Claremont McKenna College.
Sorry about that. It was just a little technical difficulty. All right. So hello, everyone. My name is Becky Graham. I'm an admission officer at Claremont McKenna College. I'm excited to chat with you all tonight and talk CMC, share CMC with you all, answer any questions. I do cover a lot of territories around the United States, and Colorado being one of them. So I will be your point of contact. If anything comes up, that's how you can reach me. My phone number and emails on the slide right there. To give you guys a little context first of where we are and where like location-wise, and also in relation to the other Claremont colleges. So we are part of what's known as the Claremont College Consortium, made up of 5 undergraduate liberal arts colleges, all within a 1 square mile radius of one another. So literally across the street from one another. I'm representing the maroon block on the map, CMC, but we are again in relation to Pomona, Pittsburgh, and Harvey Mudd, if any of those ring a bell. And it's really a unique environment in the sense that all 5 of us are separate, unique liberal arts institutions. So you'll be attending one of the colleges and you can benefit from individualized academic attention, but then you get the resources and social environment of a mid-sized level university, being that you're around the 4 other ones. Also, on the outskirts of the map, you can see some things that we are nearby. So we are located in Claremont, California, which is in Southern California, about an hour east of downtown Los Angeles. We have easy access to LA, beaches, mountains north of us, Joshua Tree National Park east of us. So a lot of different types of environments to explore being a CMC student. So a little bit about academics. Being that we're a small liberal arts college, we're going to have, academic programs across the board. Some of our most popular majors are going to be economics, international relations, public policy, psychology, and biology. But we do offer a total of 31, again, across the board in social sciences, sciences, and humanities. We keep our classes really small at CMC as well. We have an 8-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which is pretty cool. You get to know your professors very well and they get to know you very well. You also have the opportunity to pursue a double or dual major or one of our interdisciplinary majors. So we have some, for example, a popular one is the PPE program, which stands for philosophy, politics, and economics, combined into one major, which again is a popular one. If you don't know what you want to study, CMC could be a good place for you. We don't have students typically declare till the end of their sophomore year, so you have time to figure it out by taking those GE courses and then filling in the rest of your 4 years with major and elective courses. Similar to some of my other colleagues, noting that we have a lot of experiential learning opportunities. This idea of practical learning environment really comes to light at CMC through many different things, one being research. So we offer a ton of research opportunities for our students, and something that about 80% of our students are getting involved in some sort of faculty-led research, which is awesome for a small liberal arts, also undergrad college. We have no grad students on our campus. Yet we still want to offer the research experience for our students. So we actually have 11 different research institutes that are physically housed on our campus, listed on the left side of the screen, that range in all sorts of things that students starting their freshman year, if you'd like, have the opportunity to get involved in some sort of research opportunity. So again, this hands-on real world learning. So research is one way. Second way is going to be just through various study abroad opportunities and off-campus opportunities. So we have 120 different programs in over 40 countries. So a lot of programs. If you want to study abroad, CMC's got you covered. Something unique that falls in the off-campus study realm are two domestic off-campus programs, one in Washington, D.C. and one in Silicon Valley. These two programs, you will actually be pursuing a full-time internship while you're there. So it is a study off-campus opportunity with a more pre-professional spin. So this is something that, again, is special and unique to our CMC students. If you're interested in learning more, I'm more than happy to talk through what that looks like. But again, it will be a full-time internship will be what you're doing in these two programs. Similar kind of like off that topic of internships and career services, this is really hands-on and individualized at CMC as well. Again, trying to cultivate this practical, pragmatic, pre-professional learning environment. So every CMC student is paired with a career coach the moment they become a CMCer starting their freshman year, and they get to work with that coach one-on-one throughout their time at CMC on to helping build a resume, interviewing skills, connecting them with alumni to do networking, taking them on networking treks like you see on this picture on the right. 95% of our students will have at least one internship, so it's something that is definitely a part of the CMC experience. Another special program that I want to touch on is the Athenaeum. I'm happy to talk more about what this entails, but it basically is a speaker series event that we have on our campus that we invite speakers in all sorts of disciplines from all around the world to come chat with our students at least 4 times a week and offer a discussion as well. Some things about student life, to note that we are a highly residential campus. We have 97% of total students living on campus. So you're going to get that very residential, community-oriented, lively feel on campus. A lot of clubs and orgs, like sports to get involved in as well. And referring to the map earlier, ways to get off campus during the weekend if that's what you want to do as well. Lastly, in the last couple of seconds, just some things to note about deadlines. We are also test optional for this year. We also have a specific merit consideration deadline, and we also offer interviews as part of our process. So feel free to ask me questions. I know 6 minutes goes by quick, but I'm happy to chat further and in the chat or email. But thanks, guys.
Thank you, Becky. One last reminder that anyone who has questions, use the Q&A button, as we've been talking about the entire session, but it's a good resource for you. And our final presentation for this session will be from Concordia University, Irvine.
Awesome. How's it going, everybody? My name is Shane. I am one of the admissions counselors from Concordia University in Irvine. If you're not familiar where Concordia is located, we're located also right in the middle of Orange County, not too far away from Chapman, actually, and not too far away from APU either. So right in the smack dab of Orange County, right in between Disneyland and the beach. So all the good stuff about Orange County, all the fun stuff about Southern California, we're right there in the middle of it all. As you can see, we have a beautiful campus overlooking all of Orange County. You see all the trees there, the mountain range in the back, and on the back side of this, on a clear day, you get a nice view of Laguna Beach, which is awesome. Some quick facts about our university. So we have a 16-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and what that means for you guys is basically you're not going to have a class for more than 20 students in it at a time. So it's really great enhancing your education experience, build those connections with professors like some of our other presenters have been saying as well. We have over 140 different majors, minors, and programs here at Concordia. Of those 140, our top 5 are business, biology, psychology, liberal studies, which is our teaching major. and kinesiology. So I like to say anything with ology, we have it, and that's one of our top majors. Anything that you are wanting to pursue career-wise, we have a major that either fits that career path, or we have something really close to it that's at least going to get you on that track of reaching your future career goals. Something I always like to highlight with our students is our study abroad program. So I'm not sure how many of you are interested in studying abroad, but at Concordia, we really equip our students to be globally minded, and we give them opportunities to see the world. And we do that in a variety of different ways. So one is our semester abroad program. This is pretty much what you would think of when you think of study abroad, right? You go to one country, you stay there for the span of 4 months, and you pretty much just immerse yourself in one culture over the course of a semester. However, we also have what's called around the world in a semester, where you actually go to 10 different countries in the span of 4 months. So you're constantly on the go. You're going to ditch the classroom setting, and basically you're just going to be having class wherever your professor leads you. So it's going to be you and a group of 20 to 30 students. I just talked to the professor a couple weeks ago. He was telling me he's led lectures riding camels through Jordan, in Africa, overlooking the plains, seeing all the safari life in the background. So around the world in a semester is going to give you some unique opportunities that you're just not going to find anywhere else, and get you a real taste of broadening your worldview. And also, just by going on that trip, you actually earn a minor in global cultural studies. So whatever you think of majoring in going into the trip, you come back out of it with a minor in global cultural studies, which is always a great resume booster. Here at Concordia, we are a private Christian school, part of the Lutheran denomination. So we are part of the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod, the LCMS. Here at Concordia, we see faith as an opportunity, not as an obligation. So we do not require our students to be Christians, nor do we require our students to sign a statement of faith or anything like that. Basically, one way we like to live that out also is just not forcing that faith on you, that faith aspect of things, but we want to give you the opportunity to explore that if that's something you're interested in. One way we really live that out is through our daily chapels, which are offered every single day, Monday through Friday, but they are not mandatory. So our chapels are not mandatory, but the whole campus will shut down, and basically you won't have anything prohibiting you from going. So everyone that goes there wants to be there, and I think that really provides for an authentic spiritual experience. We also have small group Bible studies that are popping up in and out around campus spontaneously. You'll get invited to those. And we also have missions trips that pop up again, kind of feeding with that idea of being globally minded. Here at Concordia, we understand that although the education side of things is important, what you're really going to remember when you reflect back on your college experience is the experiences that you have and the memories that you create with the friends that you meet. So we really put a lot of energy and effort into our campus life, making sure there's always something going on. We have over 50 different clubs and student organizations on campus. So clubs are all student-led. You have full reign of start a club if you'd like to. If you see one that we don't already have, you can start a club your freshman year, watch it grow over your 4 years, and hopefully have someone carry the tradition on it by the time you leave Concordia. We also have intramural sports. Intramural sports are a great way to get involved. I did intramurals all through college, and it's a fun way just to get a team together, think of fun team names, and play sports with your friends. We are a Division II school, so part of the Pac West Conference. As you see here in this picture, this is obviously BC, right, before COVID. Not everyone is socially distanced here, but typically in a normal, perfect world, this is what a typical night at our basketball arena looks like, especially against our rival teams. So school spirit's on a 10 there, as you can see everyone living it out. We also have different co-curricular opportunities. So if you're interested in music, theater, or forensics, which is our speech and debate program, we have different scholarship opportunities involved in that, and those can all stack on top of your academic scholarships as well. So for the seniors on the call, our application is now open. We have 2 ways to apply. So we're on the Common App, and if you just go on our website, cui.edu, you can apply that way. So either way you're comfortable with, go ahead and do that. We are test optional as well. I heard a couple other schools mention that. So it's great. I'm super jealous. I wish that was me when I was a senior in high school. So we're not requiring the SAT or ACT score at all. All we need are your unofficial transcripts for an admissions decision. So basically when you apply, if you have access to those transcripts, take a screenshot of those, upload them, and that's all we need. Just to overlook and get you that top scholarship. Great, so that's all I have for you. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the Q&A. I'll go ahead and type an answer to you guys. But thank you so much for letting me be on here.
Shane, thank you very much. And thank you to all of the representatives from each of the schools tonight. We'll give it a minute or two in case there are any questions before we end. But as we're waiting for that, I want to say thank you to all the attendees for joining us. When you close the window from this session, there'll be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this is just one of many sessions being hosted. Be sure to sign up for additional ones where you signed up for this one. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings, again, at the same place you signed up for this session. And thank you to all the presenters tonight. And we will keep the session open for about 2 minutes to allow for the Q&A to be answered if you've already got a question in that.